right, what you see here is a new fan I got off of Facebook Marketplace. This is a Hampton Bay Cameron 2 Plus ceiling fan in the antique bisque finish. Now, for those who don't know, these are pretty big childhood fans for me, the Cameron 2 and the Cameron 2 Plus ceiling fans. Honestly, depending on the finish, but this version right here is actually one of the ones I liked a lot as a kid. In fact, I remember seeing one at one of my dad's friend's house back in 2007. I actually have a picture of it that I showed in the old fan photo slideshow, parts from 2007, 2008, and part 6 of that series. The one I saw back then didn't have the original globe. It had a replacement one. It had like the one that was on that one was like more grayed looking, and it had like a speckled pattern to it. That right there is from the pull chain, the white pull chain. So I took it off just because I didn't want to mess it up. But I know with some magic eraser I can get that off it. But yeah, I got it for free. I actually drove by the area where I got the Hampton Bay Industrial from the barbershop a few years ago. It's the same area where I filmed the white and brass Cameron 2 and the dry cleaners, the Hampton Bay Caswigs, the new tune veranda, friction drive, the brown one in that shop of sorts, which is still there to this day. So yeah, and that hair salon that had the white Casablanca Zephyrs or the Deltas, those fans are still there too. The white Huntington 3s are still there that I filmed in that place. All those fans I filmed from back about 2 years ago, they're still there. So yeah, but this fan they just removed it because they wanted something different. So, and since it was for free, I figured I didn't mind making a drive. These are definitely one of my favorite versions, especially for the white, because back when I first saw these as a kid in the 2001 Home Depot catalog, after we got the Hampton Bay Carousel, I remember seeing this in the catalog, and at the time we actually had a white in the dining room at the old apartment that had a very similar shade like this. Didn't hang down too low. It was just literally it was a brass white with a brass ring around it, polished brass finale and all that. And it just hung down kind of like this, like a tiny little down rod and such. And I always thought that it was cool how this fan looked similar to that white due to the shade and such. But yeah, so the fan comes with bleached oak 2 antique bisque finished blades, which to me, it honestly looks more like an off-white finish. But yeah, there's the Hampton Bay logo. There's the interior portion. There's the tag. It's from, I think it's from February 2003, from what I remember. I know it's from 2003. Such, but yeah. It came with a pretty long down rod, and it does have the bottom, the lower bell canopy for it, but I just took it off because I'm going to test this thing flush mounted. But yeah, it's one of the ones I really like as a kid, and to this day it's still one of my favorite variants of the Cameron 2 Pluses, which were basically the Cameron 2 but coming with progress lighting light kits like that corresponded with actual lights that progress lighting had back then. Each one is supposed to be like a pair of a light that they saw back then. I'm not so sure about with the the chrome one with the neon white and the brushed steel one with the cobalt blue shades, but it is possible. Yeah, I know this is one of the ones that was sold for the longest period. I know these ones were sold from like the late 90s up to 2003, being the last year they sold these in the store. And I know that because I remember the older catalogs they had, well, each year they sold this one, but I noticed each year they kind of would show different finishes, so they'd kind of, I think, replace a few and come up with new ones. But this is one that I noticed sold pretty well. So I think that's why they kept this one around for like 5 years, I'd want to say. In some ways, I feel like this could be the most common Cameron 2 Plus that you see out there, even though they're not that common in general compared to the regular Cameron 2s. Of all the Cameron 2 Pluses, I feel like this one's probably the most common for the fact that it was sold the longest out of all of them. Aside from the brushed steel one and the chrome neon ones, but even those ones don't pop up that often either. And such. But, yeah, this is something I'd install in a dining room. If any room. It was honestly more like a sandstone finish, but yeah, I remember seeing these in the catalogs a lot as a kid, so that's what I really like about these fans and such. And since I know these are good performing fans, that's another reason why I like them. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.